Okay, hey people. So I don't normally do this. I don't normally get on and tell people about dreams and visions and things that God has given me. But I really feel compelled that this is the season for me to start sharing with people the dreams and things that God gives me about things that are going to happen in the earth realm, things that are going to happen specifically here in the United States, and things that are happening or going to happen around the world. So let me tell you about a dream that I had. It was last week. I was laying in the bed, I was asleep, and the Lord gave me a dream about these three people were running. And I remember specifically it was two men and there was a lady. And the lady was an older lady, and the two men were like maybe middle-aged. So they were running from something, and they ran into this house that I happened to be in. And so when they came in, we were trying to hide them. And I remember it was me, and I know there were other people, but I can't remember who the other people were. So when they got into the house, I was like, oh my God, we have to hide them. So I remember moving like this chest or this bookcase or a dresser, and I moved it out of the way, and there was like this hidden passage behind the dresser. And I remember opening up the door and allowing all three of them to get in. And as they were in, and when I opened up the door for them to go into this secret place, I remember very specifically, it looked like a government facility. And I don't know how, but in the spirit realm, you know things. So they were going down the stairs, and it was like this huge, it looked like a commercial warehouse, but there was nothing in it. And it was like a real light concrete. And the floor was concrete. The stairs were like commercial-like stairs where you would go down into a facility. And I remember that very clearly. It had a banister on the left-hand side. Now, as they were going down the stairs, I told them, I said, listen, I'm going to hide you guys. I said, but do not go to the left and do not go into that tunnel. And I remember specifically telling them that. So as I was closing the door, I remember shifting in the dream, and I was in that corridor that I told them not to go into, and they went in it anyway. And when they went in it, I could see very clearly that they, I think it was a lady. I can't remember if it was, I know the lady, so I think it was one of the men, because I think it was two men. I know it was three of them. One of the men got attacked by this virus. Like it was like, at the time I didn't know it was a virus, but it looked like this huge creature. It was like human size, but it was not, and it was weird looking. It was green, like a real deep green, and it looked like moss, but it was not moss, but it was like this walking creature. And I remember it specifically, how it killed people is it liquefied their insides, and it slurped the guy up. So the lady and the man, they started running out the tunnel, and they were coming up the stairs. Now I shifted back, and now I was back on the stairs and back at the door. So they were at the door, and they were trying to get in. I said, no, I cannot let you back in here, guys. That thing, I'm not going to let that thing inside of this house. And I remember that very clearly. So this thing all of a sudden ran up on the lady and stood like right in front of her. And that thing was hideous looking. And I remember saying to myself, oh my God, that's a virus. And it was human. It wasn't human form, but it was human height. It was a little taller than her. And I remember it was standing there doing like this, and it was getting ready to slurp her up. However, the guy was able to get inside. He was like trying to get in, and it was like a government facility doors. It was like there was a door where they were. There was a space, and then there was the door to come to me, and then all of a sudden everything was glass. I could see very clearly. And I said, I can let him in, but I can't let you in. I said, because if I let you in, this is the lady, I'm telling the lady, I said, if I let you in, you're going to infect all of us. And the guy came through the double doors. I was able to let him in that middle door, and then I let him in into the back into the house. And I woke up, and I said, okay, Lord, what are you saying? And I meditated on it. I prayed on it, and I asked God for wisdom, insight, and understanding about what that dream meant. And the Lord was telling me that I don't know if it's a government facility that's going to release it. I don't know who's going to release it, but there's going to be another virus. And it was specific, because at first I thought this was like this, I didn't know what the creature was. You know how sometimes you just think you're dreaming, but see, God gives me a lot of prophetic dreams, and the Holy Spirit was just letting me know it's now time for you to start telling people your dreams, because I've had so many different dreams about Trump and Putin and things like that. And I am going to get right back on after I do this. And I'm going to give you guys a dream that I had about New York City and also the dream about Putin and China and Trump. I'm going to get back on right after I do this, but I'm going to label this dream a virus is coming. I don't know when it's going to come. I just remember the government facility. I don't know, maybe these were scientists. I don't know who these people were, but I just remember very clearly that thing had got that woman. She was an older lady, and I just remember specifically that I couldn't let her in because the virus was like right on her, right standing in front of her, ready to slurp her up or liquefy her insides. So, but anyway, guys, just know that God does give visions and dreams, and He does give revelation to many of His people. So anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. And just remember, I know y'all see me on here talk about education, and I talk about the power of purpose, but there's a whole nother side of me that a lot of people don't know. And I am a woman of God, and I am saved, and I am a believer. And I believe in Jesus Christ as Lord and Jesus Christ as King. And Jesus said that the Lord said that He would pour out His Spirit upon all flesh in the latter days. And that's what's happening. So I have been getting dreams ever since I was a kid. I would share those dreams with my mother. My mother really didn't understand them because I didn't know who the Lord was at that time. But I got saved in 1992 and been walking with the Lord since then. But I'm going to tell you, when God gives it, listen to Him, obey Him, and just be aware. And that's why I believe that the Lord had me create that e-learning plan so that if they shut, because they're going to shut things down again, I'm telling you guys, so that our kids will be able to be online. But God reveals things at the appointed time, and now is my time. I have to start sharing what God gave me, okay? But anyway, this is the platform that I'm using. You guys be blessed. I'm going to get right on right after this, and I'm going to share with you the dream that I had about New York City, Putin, and Trump. So love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.